What happens when queens wield quills instead of swords, use charms as deftly as daggers, and govern with a wisdom that reshaped empires? In the gilded halls of royal court, where every whisper is a weapon and alliances are brokered with a single glance, women have not just survived, they thrive. These monarchs, consorts, and court influencers weren't merely pawns on the chessboard of power. Oh no, they were the ones keeping the king's throne, rewriting destinies and scripting histories. Picture this: a queen who turned diplomatic niceties into political victories, a princess who defies societal constraints to protect her kingdom, a dowager who holds the realm together, with male successors squabbling over the spoils. Female power in royal society is not a story of subversion, it's a saga of mastery. Behind every shimmery diadem is a tale of grit, guilt, and governance that reveals a truth society often ignores. Power wears many faces, and it wears the crown just as beautifully in curls and jewels. So strap on your metaphorical tiara and dive in as we uncover the wit, wisdom, and wicked cleverness that define royal women. Their stories aren't just history, they're lessons in leadership, resilience, and the art of ruling the world without breaking a sweat. The foundation of female power in a royal society. The history of royalty is littered with tales of powerful kings, but dig a little deeper and you'll find women who often outshone their male counterpart. Whether as reigning monarchs, regents, or royal influencers, women have demonstrated that power doesn't have to be shouted. It can be whispered, written, or woven into the very fabric of governance. From the medieval period to the modern age, women in royal societies have wielded power through diverse means. The key to their influence often lay in the ability to navigate restrictive societal norms. These women didn't need armies, they had diplomacy, strategic marriages, and a mastery of public perception. They were queens in every sense of the word, ruling heart and realm with equal dexterity. The queens who rules without kings. The most overt display of female power is, of course, seen in queens who reign without consort. Elizabeth I of England, also known as the Virgin Queen, famously declared herself married to her kingdom. Her reign was marked by a flourishing of the art, the defeat of the Spanish Armada, and the establishment of England as a global power. She turned her married status into a political advantage, positioning herself as a nearly divine figure, untethered by the constraints of a husband. Contrast this with Catherine the Great of Russia, whose romantic entanglements were the stuff of scandal, yet never overshadowed her reign. Catherine was a reformer and a modernizer who expanded Russian territory and fostered the Enlightenment within her court. Her letters to Voltaire reveal a sharp intellect and a vision for a nation that transcended the typical expectation of a female ruler. Behind every king is a queen, literally. For every reigning queen, there were countless women who wielded power indirectly as consorts or dowagers. Take Eleanor of Aquitaine, who was not just the Queen of France and England at different points, but also a shrewd political operator. She managed to exert influence over two of Europe's most powerful monarchies while promoting the art and crusade that defined her era. Queen Victoria of the British Empire ruled as a constitutional monarch, but strategically used her image as a devoted wife and mother to personify the strength of the empire. Her prolific correspondence with her ministers and foreign leaders reveal a woman deeply involved in statecraft, even if she rarely took public credit for her initiatives. Then, there's the Empress Dowager Cixi of China, who wielded power behind the screen for decades, shaping Qing dynasty policies while officially ruling as regent. Though often vilified in historical narratives, her ability to maintain control in a male-dominated imperial court is a testament to her political acumen, the power of patronage, and diplomacy. Royal women have historically used their influence to shape cultural and diplomatic landscape. Isabella I of Castile not only sponsored Christopher Columbus' voyage but also unified Spain through her marriage to Ferdinand of Aragon. Her role in the Reconquista and the establishment of Spanish Inquisition, while controversial, underscored her ability to wield both religious and political authority. In France, Marie de Medici commissioned some of the most stunning works of art and architecture of her era, while carefully navigating the politics of the Bourbon court. Her patronage wasn't just a love for aesthetic, it was a calculated move to solidify her legacy and project power. Royal women and warfare, strategists and leaders. Some royal women took to the battlefield, proving that leadership wasn't confined to council chambers. Joan of Arc, though not a queen, is an iconic example of female leadership in a royal cause, leading French armies to critical victories during the 100 Years' Wars. Queen Zenobia of Palmyra in the 3rd century led her armies against Rome, expanding her kingdom and earning a place in history as a warrior queen. Similarly, Rani Lakshmibai of Jhansi became a symbol of resistance against British colonialism in India, leading her troops into battle with legendary valor. These women show that leadership is as much about action as it is about strategy. They were not just figureheads, they were active participants in shaping the destinies of their realms. The role of soft power, influence, and intrigue. Not all power is wielded through thrones or swords. Many royal women masters the art of influence, subtly shaping policy, alliances, and public opinion. Madame de Pompadour, the chief mistress of Louis XV of France, was a key advisor and patron of the art, using her position to influence everything from foreign policy to cultural trends. Similarly, Anne Boleyn, wit and charm transformed her from a lady-in-waiting to the Queen of England, altering the course of English history by precipitating the English Reformation. Her legacy is a reminder that influence is often as powerful as direct authority. The challenges of female rule. While their accomplishments are remarkable, royal women often face immense challenges. Societal norms, court intrigue, and the constant threat of being overshadowed by male counterparts or rivals were just the beginning. Despite this, these women navigated patriarchal system with finesse, turning obstacles into opportunities. For instance, Cleopatra VII of Egypt skillfully managed her relationship with Julius Caesar and Mark Antony, ensuring Egypt remained a significant power in the ancient world. Her intelligence and political savvy were as legendary as her beauty, proving that a queen could be both a lover and a leader. The enduring legacy of royal women. What makes the stories of these women so compelling is their enduring relevance. Their ability to lead, adapt, and inspire offers lessons for leaders of all genders. They remind us that power isn't about brute strength, it's about intelligence, resilience, and the ability to connect with people. As the curtains fall on the grand theater of history, the spotlight on royal women reveals something extraordinary. Their power was never a mere accessory to the men around them. Whether reigning as queens or advising as consorts, they sculpted the societies they inhabited, sometimes subtly, sometimes with a great force, but always with a tenacity that reshaped norms and inspired generations. Their stories are rich tapestries of triumph and trials, woven with thread of courage, cunning, and compassion. There were strategists who turned marriages into alliances, patrons who built cultural legacies, and warriors who defended their realms. They remind us that leadership takes many forms, and its impact often reverberates beyond the confines of the throne room. What can we learn from them today? In an age that often equates power with dominance, these royal women teaches us the value of soft power, the art of influence, the strength in collaboration, and the wisdom to know when to act and when to wait. Their legacies challenge us to rethink what it means to lead, to govern, and to inspire. So the next time you think of royalty, don't just picture kings in battles. Imagine the queens, dowagers, and the princesses who shaped their world with a deft touch and an iron will. They weren't just part of history, they made history. So here's a question for you. How do you think the leadership style of historical royal women compared to modern female leaders in politics or business? Which royal women story do you find most inspiring? And why? Ready for more royal intrigue and timeless tale? Check out the next video on screen to uncover another fascinating chapter in history. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay up to date with all things royal. See you in the next video.